You do look extra classy today with your Red Bull.
Well,
remember, that's what classy is.
Hey, next week when we start the podcast, we're going to let her punch us in the face twice.
Oh my gosh, no, really?
Yeah, just start it.
Wait, with gloves on or no gloves?
Well,
you can do it. You can do whatever you want, but you want gloves.
You don't want the gloves.
Okay.
Okay.
Really?
See, we're just digging it.
Are we rolling?
Yeah,
wait,
we're rolling.
can we leave these doors open? It always gets so hot.
I know it does.
So
go get the fan from my.
It'll sound way weird.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Like either we turn on the air conditioning and it'll get way weird. If we open this, then we'll
we can't. It'll have a ton of.
It's okay. I'll just sweat a lot.
It's fine. We're good. Okay. Well, so.
Is this rolling now?
Yeah.
Mike, you're looking good in your brand new Riven baseball tee. Love it.
Nice. I need one of those.
Yeah. Get you one right after this.
Yeah, I like that whole.
You can get it at www.rivengear.com. Go ahead and use your code Instagram.
Yeah.
And save 20%. Okay, so today let's get into this. We got a really special guest. This guy is.
Hey, wait! I went before we get started. One thing we're doing a really bad job at is introducing ourselves, our guests, what episode we're on. We're just like
okay.
Hey, what's up?
Right into it. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm on the spot. So Mike Hartle, co-host.
Ashley, main host. The main host.
The host with the most.
The host.
I do like ho-host, but no.
I'm
Ashley,
Adam.
The host.
Laga, the
pretend host.
Host next to Ashley.
It's true.
I'm Zack Swendson, and I'm the guest.
Yeah, and this is episode 5. This is
good job.
5 in a row.
5 in a row.
Nice. Yeah.
Okay. Well, then let's get going. We have introduced ourselves, and we appreciate you guys watching. Please share. And this one I'm really excited about. Actually, Zack was the first guy that Mike and I thought about as someone that would have a really cool story. Zack is a dude that I've met at the gym and always just thought he was just a really nice guy. And so today we're going to talk about Zack's story. So
yeah, and I met you for the first time at FitCon.
Yeah,
is that right?
Yeah.
I met you for the first time like 4 years ago at a party.
Yeah.
You were security. Yep. You protected me.
Are you being serious?
I'm being so serious.
So the picture, we have the picture of Zack as security. So let's link that up right now, Christian. We have it.
Yeah.
You got the Zack security picture.
Yeah, I bet
some other ones. We'll put those up.
Mm-hmm. He protected me at like every party I went to. Literally. Like, because I was always out of control. What's to do nothing. And so Zack always protected me and beat off guys for me. It was awesome.
He protected you from guys.
That didn't sound great, but anyway, that's it's okay.
I'm gonna leave now. I'm gonna leave.
No. Okay.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, okay. We're live and in studio.
Anyway.
Anyway, swerve back onto the road.
I'm so sorry.
Swerve back onto the road.
Wow.
So Zack,
I can't even look at anyone in the face right now.
I was talking to Zack at the gym, and he just seemed like a really contagiously happy, nice guy. And then he had told me that he had lost some weight, and I said, "How much weight did you lose?" And he said he had lost 380 pounds.
Yeah, how much weight have you lost exactly now?
Probably around 390 altogether, fluctuating back and forth.
And you're actually at the point now where you're gaining weight because you're getting muscular. I mean, put it this way: the muscle that you've gotten in the last 6 months is really impressive. Mm-hmm. Well, so Zack, why don't you tell us, because this is what was the thing that I was most curious about. Like, when you tell us, like, how did you grow up? Were you overweight as a kid?
I was overweight all growing up. I started going through changes that everybody goes through at an early age, about 8, and started growing up really quickly. Had to grow up with my little brother, so food ended up being my comfort zone. Like,
when you say you had to grow up really quick, what was going on?
It's just me, my mom, and my little brother. There's no dads. Both of us have different dads. We don't know them, and I had to be the big brother. Mom went out to work, went to school, and then I'd go to school and get made fun of as a chubby kid and stuff. So
Where did you grow up?
Springville.
Yeah.
So-
I mean, we were talking
So were
about.
you adopted, or did you just had two different dads that were never around?
Two different dads that were never around. My mom had me with my father, and then another father with my little brother.
So yeah, I don't know if you listened to the podcast a couple weeks ago, but we talked a lot about bullying. And so you think that was, I mean, obviously growing up, you experienced a lot of that personally.
I've been told to go end my life. I've been told to go.
Like kids would come up to you and say, "Go kill yourself."
Literally, just
Really?
like, why are you here? You're worthless. You're fat. You're never going to get a girl. Like yada yada yada.
Oh my gosh.
And things like that. And it just really affected me mentally growing up. And the only thing
What
my
age
mom,
did that start?
right around 12, right when it
Jeez.
really the peak of
Yeah.
mental
Yeah.
like building and things like that. That's when it really hit me the hardest. And that's when I really started to notice my weight becoming a problem too. Is people would say more things about my weight. People would always stare, and it's never a good thing to get stared at for the wrong reason.
Yeah. So it started at a young age for you. So you said you grew up without a dad, like he's not involved in your life at all, or do you
I've
know
seen
that-
him probably for about 12 hours total in my whole life.
So you
Oh,
haven't
wow.
met him?
Like once or twice, but
Mhm.
it's to the point where it's like,
Where does he live?
as far as I know, LA.
Really?
Mm-hmm. But
Wow.
So interesting. So that kind of, you basically were alone, or from a young age with your brother, while your mom was obviously taking care of the kids, and so you were left to decide your own kind of eating habits, and kind of obviously like any kid would do,
Yeah.
or does, kind of falls into some poor.
pretty much. And then I have my grandma and my grandpa too to thank
Mhm.
for raising me as well. But it was always my mom's like, "Oh, you're sad. Are you hungry?" And I'm not blaming it on my mom, because what parent isn't going to give their children what they truly ask for? Like if you have a 12-year-old that's really sad, I just want to eat.
Yeah.
And I'd be the kind of kid that's in midnight and I'm hungry, go out and snack all day or all night and just eat my
Like,
feelings away.
What kind of things were you eating? I mean, what did your mom just have the pantry stocked all the time?
Yeah, chips, soda, candy, other foods, Hot Pockets. Love Hot Pockets.
I love Hot Pockets. That's like the classic, like, I think, you think Hot Pockets and you think like unhealthy eating.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like late night binging or microwave
Have you
food.
seen that comedian talk about Hot Pockets, Jim Gaffigan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's either like flaming hot in the middle, like lava,
Oh,
or
yeah,
like
yeah.
frozen
Or
still.
frozen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So true.
Yeah.
They're so good though.
So Hot Pockets, we're hoping to pick them up as a sponsor one day.
Yeah.
So were you like lifestyle choices? I mean, obviously you weren't probably like into sports that much. Were you like into like gaming, watching TV? What was your lifestyle like?
Movies, games, a lot of gaming as I got older and into things like that. Not a lot of sports until about high school. I mean, the football team was like, why not? I mean, I'm a big guy. Might as well try the line. And that was my biggest peak as my sophomore year, is when I was told pretty much by my coaching staff of football that I was too big and that I shouldn't play.
Really?
They told me I shouldn't play.
High school?
Mm-hmm.
How big were you at that point?
I was at my peak about 470.
Okay.
And
So that was the peak of what you got, 470 pounds.
Yeah.
The other day I was walking around with one of my kids on my shoulder, and they weigh about 60 pounds, and I was just thinking, man, this is like hard. I wonder what it's like for people that are, that. So you're literally walking around with like another human and a half, like two more humans on.
Two humans, two big size. I mean,
On you.
dude,
How-
two 200-pound humans.
Yeah, on top
he's
of you.
lost.
So what was your life like? I mean, was it just miserable? Was it hard to just, do daily things?
Oh, constantly. I'm like trying to get up the stairs. I'm like, I'm done. That's my exercise for the day. Trying to get out of bed. People hit me up, trying to have friends. I wasn't really active unless it was like out in social things, because I had no desire. Like I had no reason to really get up. I was like, I'm just tired.
But
I
see,
don't wanna
like
do anything.
Ashley was saying, she knew you while you were really heavy, and and most of the people that knew you back then, they wouldn't have thought that you were sad. But were you sad and just putting on a happy face?
Oh yeah, I learned at a very young age to please others, because that's where my heart and soul really lies, is to really help others. Like I could give 2 cents about myself. I mean, I'd rather help others than other things, and that's where it came from. Helping people outside in security, really putting on that front so people would accept me for me, accept the Zack that really wants to be known, but deep inside there's another Zack that absolutely nobody knows.
Yeah.
And that's one of the hardest things, but I'm actually starting to come out and really use it. But yeah, I did put a mask on growing up.
Well, tell me this, as you know, when you got, to a certain point in your life, what made you decide, hey, I need to make a change. I want to, well, tell us, like you said that you got gastric bypass. How did you come to the point where you even thought of that as an option, and how does that even work? I mean, you were what? How old were you, 20?
18.
18. So how do you even tell us about that process and how you came to that?
So my mom had always talked about it. I'd been a big kid. We'd always talked about it since I was about 12. But it's a high-risk surgery. It's really, it's like, I don't even know the percentages, but it's pretty high up there that you can either succeed or fail. And the doctor was kind of hesitant at 18 for me to have the surgery. But I went into the doctor's office and we did everything. He's like, you need to lose 50 pounds first. We need to see how that goes. We need to see where your body's at. And basically by the time I lost that 50 pounds, so 470, now I'm 410, going into surgery, or 420, whatever, going into surgery was kind of an option. He's like, it's really hesitant to do it, but the Lord really just blessed me and my mom, and the doctor called us the next day and he's like, you're big enough, let's do it.
Yeah, so what I'm really curious, and we talked about it when we first met, is I want to take us through the moment when, or maybe not the moment, but the time when you were just like, you know what, because you had an entire lifetime of eating this way, living this way, being this way. What got you to the point where you were just like, you know what, I'm done? Was it like a moment, like an epiphany that just came to you, or was it just like slowly over time? Tell us about that.
It actually happened in the hospital after gastric bypass. I had the surgery, and with the gastric bypass, your stomach's literally...
Real quick, did insurance pay for that, even as an 18-year-old? Or
half.
Really?
They did half of it, thank goodness.
Yeah.
But they cut your stomach to about the size of an egg, about the size of the pouch of your thumb, just right there, about the palm. About 8 ounces. What
size is it usually?
About the size of your fist when you're not full, and 2 fists when you're full.
I took 7.
So I got about an 8-ounce stomach, and I had to drink 8-ounce water cups within a half-hour period, or I'd throw up or get really sick. So it really forced me to really get on top of the diet, and that really started to frustrate me, and I'm like, no, it's really worth it, it's worth it, it's worth it. And then I got to a rock bottom point in the hospital when I got pneumonia. For being there too long, I was kind of stood up too long. And finally I was like, I'm tired of being unhealthy. I'm sick of this. My doctor told me I would die at 21. He just granted me the extra life that I needed. If I don't take advantage of what my doctor just gave me, it's nothing, because I've heard of people with gastric bypass that do it, stretch out their stomach, and they're big again. I'm like, that's not going to be me.
So a doctor told you will die at 21. So when you're that big, what does it do to the body? Like, what is it like? What are the health, like the immediate, and like what is it doing?
Type 2 diabetes, heart failure, just all your organs covered in fat, immobility. Like, I had a friend that literally needed a forklift or like a jack to get out of bed. Like, it was almost to that point where it's like, you're not going to be able to move anymore. Like, if you go on this way, you will die at 21. And at 18 years old with your mom sitting right there bawling, like, reality check, like, real reality check. It's like, okay, I'm 18 and he's saying 21, that's 3 years.
So for you, because we've had, NPC bodybuilders, like, it wasn't necessarily, I want to look the best that I can be, I want to be like the top 0.001% of humans in the way they look. It was like, I have to change or I'm going to die, basically.
Life or death, yeah.
You've already beat your life expectancy. 22,
yeah,
good
man.
job, buddy.
Deuce.
Yeah.
I love it.
So, yeah, take us through a little bit of the recovery process, and then like the post, like what you started doing immediately after.
Okay. About 2 weeks in the hospital. I just really straight liquids for about 4 months. It's literally just straight liquids. Like,
how much weight were you losing during that time?
I lost probably about 150 pounds within the recovery period.
Wow.
How long is that?
Probably about 6 to 7 months.
You lost 150 pounds in 6-7 months.
Were you exercising, or was it just your body?
Just getting up, just slow motion. It was really torn on my body. Just getting up, kind of getting out. I got really sick because I became anemic with it being so small. Like, my stomach's so small, my body had to go through some changes, so I had to adapt with that. But just getting out and out in public and walking around was enough exercise for me. And then the diet was really hard because it was like 4 months. It was just straight liquids. So we're talking chicken broth, like just warm Jello, like just things like that. Like anything liquid you can think of, protein shakes for a while. And then slowly got onto solid, like liquid solid foods like cottage cheese or like lunch meats and things like that the next 3 months. So within a year, 2013-ish is when I got cleared to start working out. And that's when I started eating like solid foods.
Hold on 1 second. While you were doing that stuff, did you still have the same cravings for Twinkies and soda and all that stuff?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And
That's
like milkshakes and
that's a good point. How I dealt with that literally is like you'd probably want to ask my mom because I was probably Satan for a while. Yeah. I wanted to rip everybody's head off.
Well, I've seen some of those guys on TV where they say, you know, you hate me and all that stuff. They get so mad that they're, you know, like the guy that died, the 600-pound man or whatever, where he ate himself to death because his family kept sneaking in cheeseburgers and ho-hos and stuff. So was your mom just hardcore at not ever giving you
my mom was my rock through gastric bypass. I mean, she's like, nope. I'm like, wow. Thank you.
Yeah.
But
That's awesome.
we'd always find loopholes, like good loopholes. We talked to the doctor, like, what's something we could take for cravings? Okay, eat an apple without the skin because your stomach can't digest the skin. It's too small right now.
So literally your stomach was destroyed and rebuilding, right? Like kind of
They cut out my entire stomach except 8-ounce pouch. And set it aside. So it's still there, so to produce everything for digestive enzymes and things like that. But it's literally a straight shot from my esophagus to the pouch to my intestines.
Wow.
So like I could probably chug your Rockstar or chug your Red Bull right now and probably feel sick or full, either one, depending on how I wanted it to be, like depending on how my body wanted to react to it.
So for like, because I know, like I see you in the gym all the time and you work out, and for me to put on like serious muscle, I have to eat a lot of food. Like when I'm bulking, like I'm eating to the point where I don't want to eat anymore, and I'm like so full. So is it really hard to gain muscle when your stomach is that size? Like because to put on size, any guy that comes and talks to me or whatever and is like, how do I put on muscle? I want to gain 20 pounds of muscle, blah, 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 blah. Anyone who actually like talks to me and asks me, I say the amount of food that you have to eat to gain like natural muscle is ridiculous. Like it is ridiculous the amount of food that you have to eat. And like you have to be prepared to like go through a phase to like you're so full. But like would that be hard to be like, because I knew you had muscle underneath like before you had surgery and everything and before you lost all that weight, because you did work out and stuff like that. And so is it hard now to gain muscle when having your stomach be that small and not getting enough like nutrients really, or the amount of protein that you should be having? Like how do you make up for that?
Yes and no. I mean, I kind of spoiled when it comes to that right now because I have the luxury and blessing of being sponsored by 1%. I mean, I couldn't give you my exact caloric intake, but I'm eating up to 8 times a day.
Okay.
Full, like, serving size plates. Like,
I mean, your body can only process a certain amount of protein.
Like 4 to 5 ounces of chicken, anyway. About 2 ounces of, like, broccoli, and then, like, a cup of rice or whatever.
But you can eat one of those whole prepared meals.
Yeah. Now, because it's been over 4 years. I mean, your stomach's a muscle, so it will grow. Yeah. So I'd say it's probably about 16 ounces. I mean, I can eat quite a bit now, thankfully. But 1% has really helped me with just chicken and turkey burger.
And 1% is a prepared
meal. Is a meal prep company that I work with. Yeah, okay. And I'm about 8 times a day. And for my protein-wise, about 300 grams of protein to bulk. Like, you really need that, like you were saying. I try and get that in with the protein bars that they have, that are 22 grams of protein each bar. And then I try and do a lot of protein shakes, at least 3. Because it's easier for me to digest liquids. Yeah. Because like you say, when you're eating that much, it's like I would rather drink my food than chew another piece of chicken.
Yeah. Do you find it, like right now, for your like personal, are you trying to gain muscle or are you trying to like technically cut or whatever? Maintain or whatever.
I'm doing
so
both.
You're trying to stay lean. Now you're trying to not get ripped, but you're trying to stay fit while you gain muscle.
Yeah, exactly.
So tell us, I don't think we had started yet. What is it that you're working towards right now as far as your fitness goals?
Yeah, or what got you, like, from when you had the bypass, like, because you could just be a dude that, what made you be like, I'm going to get into fitness, especially, like, I'm going to get into, like, bodybuilding and really that's what's so interesting to me is the fact that it was like one extreme and then almost like completely on the other side of things.
Complete 180.
Yeah, from just being like a totally overweight, almost dead guy to a guy that actually is focused on being in the gym and lifting and doing all those disciplined things that it takes to take your fitness not just to surviving but to actually thriving in the gym. So how'd you get to that point?
It all started probably right after gastric bypass. I owe a lot of it to Otis. He's going to hate me for calling him out on it, but Otis that works over at Provo Vasa, he I've known him since I was 16. He always tried to help me while he was working with Golds or now Vasa to get a membership. Always bugging me, and just like, nah. And then ultimately, after I started losing that weight, it's like, okay, you've lost all this weight. Now let's try and see if we can do something just to be healthy. So Otis had actually saw me walking out of my mom's work, which is right next door to the Orem Vasa, or the Provo Vasa, and he's like, you need a membership. I'm like, I can't afford one. He's like, I didn't ask if you could afford one. You need a membership. I'm like, all right. And I'm like, how much is it? $10 a month. That's it. I'm like, okay. Came in and signed it and started. And then he's like, you need a personal trainer. And right then and there, when I was like, personal trainer, I'm like, that's going to suck. That's really going to suck. Like, really? Do I have to go through this? And think
the fat guy in you was like, nah.
How much did you weigh at that point?
I was about 280.
So still pretty big.
Still pretty hefty. And a lot of the workouts were body weight workouts. Like the most annoying, like you sit there in the gym doing body weight workouts, you feel like a little girl because everybody's around you lifting weights. It's like I'm breaking a sweat, almost ready to die.
I even hate doing body workouts.
Ready to die over here, just barely even pushing 5 pounds of myself body weight. And just ultimately seeing people in the gym is like, I can do that. I beat life. I can do that. And then I was like, do it. And then I met I've known Ashley for a long time. And then as I got into the gym, she kind of introduced me to the Fit Fam. What
does that mean, Fit Fam?
Just all the family at the gym, the fitness nerds, the fitness, like just
gym rats.
Yeah,
gym rats. Community,
The fit community. I mean, Ashley's been a big part of my progress. Like, she's really inspired me too.
No.
See, we didn't even know you knew each other. Really,
I had no idea.
No, she's awesome.
I had no idea.
We're homies. Like,
she's helped me a lot.
So you're the only person that Ashley is nice to then.
Yeah, probably.
I heard that she was nice to somebody, so you're the guy.
Yeah, I got pretty lucky.
Yeah. We had no idea that you guys even knew each other, so that's really cool. I mean, I think here in Utah we do have a really good fitness community. I mean, we fortunately fit into that with Riven and kind of have been adopted into the community as well, which is kind of how we all know each other. But yeah, man. I mean, so tell us about the support that the community gave to you and like what that means to you then and like now, like what Ashley specifically was helping you with.
Ashley and a lot of people have been there mentally. Like a lot of the things, like I don't try and push on other people. Like at the gym, I'll give certain problems. I'll allow people to know certain things. But Ashley and a few other people have really helped me mentally. She's always kept me up. I always try and keep her up if I see her down. It's kind of like a buddy-buddy system. If she's down, I'm going to help her. If I'm down, she's always there for me, like no matter what. Like,
there's not a day that I've seen Zack at the gym. Like most people, like everyone's always nice and everyone says hi or whatever and like how are you, and like most people are like kind and stuff, but I honestly cannot think of one day that I have gone to the gym and not seen Zack where he comes up and he says, "You're the prettiest girl in the world." Make sure that someone tells you that every day. And like and he says
nice.
that, and it's like, and it's not even just like to me, like, but he's nice to everyone. Literally every person in the gym. He always has something positive to say to every single person in the gym.
Yeah,
every single one.
I've noticed that too. I mean, I think we've talked about this before in the fitness community. Sometimes there maybe isn't always that kindness, and you know, we know a lot of people that don't like this people or that group of people. And I can say, in everybody that we've ever talked to, nobody's ever had a bad word to say about you.
No,
you
never.
know, nothing but
never
good things and positivity for you.
That's what I'm striving for. If I can change one person's life completely and I die the next day, I would be satisfied and be able to go up and talk to him and be like, yeah, I did what I could. I think
that you've already been far accomplished that, because you change like everyone's day when you just go to the gym, because you talk to people and you're nice and you just are nice to everyone. And so it's like not even like so inspiring, because like I have a hard time like when I'm not like show ready, like getting myself motivated to the gym, and I still am like I look totally fine. But like to go from that extreme to this extreme, like it's beyond inspiring. So not even just on the inspiring level, but on like there aren't a lot of people out there that go out of their way to tell someone, like to compliment people literally every single time I've seen you at the gym, like without a doubt, like you have something nice to say to every person you talk to, and it's like you're inspiring, and like without a doubt, like when you see you, like when I see you, like you're gonna be kind, like regardless of like, I mean, we all like you've struggled and you've been through a lot of like hard things that a lot of people haven't like experienced in their life. Like you still have such like a beyond positive outlook and beyond positive like energy, like towards everyone, literally everyone, every single person on the face of the earth.
Yeah, but most of the people that you talk to at the gym have no idea. I mean, when I met you, I just thought, man, that's a way cool dude. I had no idea that you had gone through such a transformation. And so what do you think, I mean, because you are really good at being kind to other people, but you've shared with me that you've gone through some really dark times. How do you feel, I mean, if you're genuinely honest with yourself, how do you feel about yourself like now? Like how's your, how do you feel about you? Okay. I mean, I know how it's easy for you to be kind to others, but how do you feel about Zack?
Ultimately, it's about a 50-50 right now. I mean, it used to be about 80-20. Like, I had no self-respect, nothing. Like, I had enough to survive, to stay alive. And now it's about 50-50. I mean, body dysmorphia comes with the territory of working out. Or I did something, I'm going to beat myself up. There's still that mentality that I had growing up. Like, I really did have the mentality after people telling me so much that you're worthless, you're not going to amount to anything, you're not going to be able to play football. What kind of kid in high school gets told he can't play football and just isn't destroyed? I mean, you coach football. Yeah. So, but right now I'm 50-50. I'm very happy with where I'm at right now, but I'm not satisfied. I'm hungry.
That's cool.
So, yeah, I mean, what do you, I mean, I know recently you had like skin surgery. What's
a year ago in September. So, yeah. Okay.
And so how's that recovery I'm always interested about that too.
How many pounds of skin did they cut off?
I want to say 30 to 40.
Whoa!
and I want to do.
You're probably stoked. You just lost 30 pounds in one surgery.
And I want to do a big shout out to Dr. Kevin Rose at the Rose Clinic too, because he's the one that did it for me, and really helped and gave a huge help to my family. And that process was about 9 months. I did the first one where they went in and did the gynecomastia, which is just the breast augmentation or the breast lift, because I did have man boobs, and comes with the territory losing weight. And then they wanted to wait. No, actually, strike that. That was the second one. My bad. The first one was the tummy tuck, where they went butt crack to butt crack, all the way around my waist, completely cut a belt out. That's probably about 16 pounds of skin.
How's the recovery from that?
Painful.
Oh, I was in bed for about a good month or two, and then finally getting out and doing things like that. All together, after the second surgery, about 4 months. You're supposed to wait about 6 months to do the second one. Dr. Rose was like, you're big, you got it. And does it about 3 months. And we got it. We did the chest lift, and then we did the inner thigh lift to really tighten
but
everything.
To be clear, it wasn't a chest lift. It was just the skin.
The skin removal.
Like there was nothing inserted or anything in your chest.
Inserted.
These pecs are real. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Those are real manly pecs. But so they just cut the skin that had been sagging down, so you didn't have like those.
They pretty much just tightened
National
my body.
Geographic boobs. Yeah. No, that's cool.
They pretty much just stapled me up and really tightened me down, and it was a long, grueling 9 months.
So are you done with surgeries now? Like, or is there any other, like, maybe there's skin
There's one I would like to have, but with the goals that I have, there's ultimately probably not the best idea. I mean, it's just right here. I mean, my arms look fine, like you would guess, and then
you got to have that skin, though, to prove, because you are a girl. Those guns are going to get huge.
I'm 18.75 right now, bicep-wise, and I'd like to be about 22. So that's...
You got skin to...
Yeah, skin to grow. Then you won't
get stretch marks.
You won't get stretch marks.
That's what Dr. Rose was saying, because like the sacrifice of that is a scar from your elbow all the way to your armpit. I'm like, I already have enough scars.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm good.
And mind you, when he gets this surgery, he is in bed for a month, and me and a friend go see him, and we like come in or whatever, and
I
he's
had no
like,
idea that you had this much involvement with him.
Me neither.
Yeah.
No idea.
yeah, no, we're
That's
like
amazing.
homies.
It's almost like we planned it.
Yeah, weird. So mind you, we come in. Me and my friend like come in to go see him, like go to his house in Springville and like go visit him because he had been in bed. And mind you, he like is like getting up, like getting the door, and he's like, "Can I get you guys anything to drink? Like, do you guys need anything? Like, blah blah blah." The whole time we're like, "Zach, stop! Like, lay down. Just sit your ass down. Stop it. Like, don't. We're here to take care of you." And he's like constantly like, "Are you sure you don't need anything?" Like, just so like worried about like us, and we're like, just rest, damn it, like stop it, like still so kind.
That's our family. The men in our family, he put us in surgery. My grandpa had both his knees replaced, and he wanted to walk the next day.
Really?
Just being stubborn old mule. That's how I am.
Yeah.
Wow.
Eventually, bed rest, you're throwing things at the door to get people out of your room because you just leave me alone. But
Yeah, that's amazing. So right now, are there any long-term effects of having been that far overweight, or any like long-term lingering health things, permanent damage that you have, or have you pretty much reversed course, like 100% on that?
health-wise, I've completely 180'd it. Got rid of type 2 diabetes. My shoulders aren't hurting anymore. My joints don't hurt anymore.
It's amazing.
I mean, my knees are amazing. I'm squatting 415.
Yeah,
Still
me too.
going up.
Me too.
Yeah, I saw it. I'm a witness.
Me too.
4 15s.
415s, yes.
Yeah.
But no, right now I'm completely 180 with health. But if you want to go the mental side of things, I'm still, that's the biggest thing right now.
Oh,
Like
100%.
20 years of just straight hardwire of negativity is a lot of work to work. I've done the physical part now, which was the easy part in my honest opinion. Now it's fighting your mental body and your mental side, trying to get over that. And I'm slowly creeping, and I'm on medication for it. And this gym has actually taken me off 2 of them, which I'm thankful for.
Well, what was your darkest time? I mean, what age and how big were you? What was like the worst time mentally for you? I mean, as a human in your lifetime, when were you at your lowest point?
I've actually had quite a few. I mean, I'll get a little personal, but I used to be self-mutilation. I used to cut, and a lot of dark times. I mean, suicide attempts, probably about 10, I think, and 2 of which were successful, and had my stomach pumped and brought back to life, literally resuscitated. And that's when I started around 18 was the first one, successful, brought back. Second one, probably about 20, right after the gastric bypass, because I was so low. I was like, nothing's going on for me. Like, I'm not going to get anywhere. I've got the surgery. Now I've got nothing. I didn't have to drive to work out. I had nothing. I was like, all right, I'm done. Try it again. And a lot of cutting were attempts to where it almost was successful. But I got to a dark point right around the age of 18 to 21, right at the peak of where you're about to establish where you want to go in life. And honestly, like, yeah, it was a bad time, a dark time in my life, but I am ultimately grateful that I hit rock bottom, so I know never to go back. Or if I ever see anybody that's at rock bottom, I know how to sit there and comfort them and be like, because you can't tell them to get out. I mean, anxiety's real, depression's real. It's not like, hey, Adam, you're feeling sad? Get over it.
Yeah.
Oh, all right, dude.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
It's not like that. I mean, and that's ultimately my goal in life. I mean, with you guys, that's why I love Riven. That's why I associated with you guys, is because you guys are all pro-life. You're pro-help. You're happy all the time. I walk in this building, this atmosphere is just outgoing, and just, that's what I want to do with my life. I mean, I want to take everything negative that I've had, reverse it 180, and throw it back at everybody positively, motivate people, and be like, I've lost 380 pounds. What's your excuse?
Yeah. Well, as I follow you on social media and on Instagram, you most of your posts are motivational thoughts. Are those things that you gain a lot of strength from, where you read a lot of that stuff, or are you looking to help others? What makes you find those, or where are you looking for those? I mean, what makes you be so into like daily inspirational thoughts?
Ultimately, I call it the pot, or the thought on the pot. Ultimately, every guy in the morning who doesn't have their cell phone in the morning.
I've never taken my cell phone to the bathroom yet.
Okay. But
if I didn't have to go to the bathroom, I would never post on social media.
Right?
There would be 0 posts for me.
That's the same thing with me on Instagram. Everybody's going to say that.
Yeah.
Watch. We're gonna have to hashtag thought on the pot.
Yeah.
Oh my
But
We should do like swabs of each one of our phones and see whose is the
No, mine would be super clean, but I'm just saying.
Okay.
Just saying.
But
This is-
no, I'll sit there through social media and just like I follow a lot of like spiritual, inspirational type things, like a lot of pages that people have, and there's a lot of people that just post quotes, and I'll just go through there on Instagram, Pinterest. I'm a pinner. I love Pinterest. And I'll just go through just quotes, things that really strike me, or I see like I'll see it in the morning. Like this morning is about just being polite and showing compassion to others. I mean, I read that and I flipped it and used it at work today. Like I try to make the ultimate goal. Like I don't want to be a hypocrite. If I'm going to post something, I've got to apply it to my life, or it's not going to mean anything to anybody else. So, yeah, just going through. I try and apply it to my life, and if I can apply it and really succeed at it, I'll post it again or go show somebody else and be like, hey, let's do it. If you want help, I'm here. I don't care. Like, let's go.
Yeah, I mean, your story's so amazing to me because, like, I mean, I feel like everybody knows how hard it is to work out and be healthy and to keep up and be consistent and to make a lifestyle choice, but to completely reverse course and be completely one way, I mean, that's so much more difficult, and the degree of difficult is so much harder and more impressive to me. I think that's probably why your story resonates and is so powerful to a lot of people.
Well, it's even like it's almost like I mean, I don't know if this is necessarily correct, but it's like a drug addict coming off of like going through rehab and like a heroin addict coming off, because like food technically can be like technically viewed as a drug. Like it was something that it was a comfort food. It was
Fast
something
food,
that
yeah.
you made you feel better when you were low, and then like it's like your highs and lows, and then you look at yourself in the mirror, and then it's like there's highs and lows. It's the same exact, I feel like, if not harder to come off of that than it would be to like be a drug addict. And that's like,
And speaking of that, now I'm like a housewife on Diet Coke. If I don't get my Diet Coke,
Really?
I'm freaking pissed. So if I don't go to the gym, I'm
So
pissed.
Diet
Hey,
Coke-
everybody
Diet
has to have
Coke's your
something,
vice.
right? As we all sip our energy drinks.
yep.
Get our Mountain
And
Dew.
our Mountain
It's just
Dew. Yeah.
I forgot my water bottle, so
Yeah. Yeah. So we talked a little bit about, you know, where you've been. Where do you want to go? I mean, what are your ultimate goals with fitness, and then like also like personally and professionally as well?
fitness right now, my ultimate goal is to hopefully compete in the NPC in March.
No, you're
Okay, I will compete in the
Thank
NPC
you.
in March. Thank you.
Really?
Thank you.
Wow.
In what category?
Hopefully bodybuilding.
Really?
Yeah.
And we'll see how the judges
You're
are, see
doing
where
it.
I'm at. I'm going to shoot for bodybuilding.
Now there's
That's
like
my
that
ultimate
middle
goal.
class,
Yeah.
right? Are you?
So there's a newer middle class coming in, I think.
What's
going.
the one that you can look the most buff without having to wear the bikini shorts? Is that the new one?
I think it's the new one.
Do they wear
Physique?
Yeah.
Physique? Do you wear the bikini shorts in that one too?
No.
That's
swim
No.
trunks.
swim trunks. I mean,
Yeah.
bodybuilding, I'd have to wear a Speedo, so.
Are you allowed to wear a cup?
Oh my god.
I don't know. I honestly, if I
get nervous, man,
if I
that's
knew-
embarrassing.
If I knew the answers to those, I would.
I wouldn't think you'd be so nervous.
I know,
I think
right?
you'd be-
Like
I'd be
the
dead.
fact that he
dude.
asked that.
Well, girls see fighters and they always think, "Wow," and I'm like, "No, it's a cup, man. Jeez, relax."
Oh my god.
All right, sorry,
lot of space in
Mom.
there.
I apologize. I know you're gonna watch this.
NPC is that my goal for March, and then long term, otherwise, is really try and get my foot in the door with people like you guys and see if I can help out anywhere, and just ultimately become a life coach and just really speak out and give the message that anything is possible. I mean, I'd like to work with troubled youth too. I want to go to school for human behavioral science and psychology and sports like just physical training and things like that, so I can have that background. I've gone through everything. Now I need that knowledge so I can really give it back to everybody fully without giving them a half-assed answer.
Are you in school?
Not yet, and that's a hopefully goal for me.
Yeah, you're so young still. I mean, honestly, like
22.
22, and when we had our last guest on, I mean, he talked a lot about how the adult male brain isn't even fully developed until it's 25. You know, and we talked a lot about that, and you've talked about the 18 to 21 when it was dark, and you can see yourself maturing and your brain developing and making these better choices, and I think that'll even continue to happen. So, I mean, I'm excited to see.
That's actually one of the most surreal things that I've actually experienced with this transformation. Is like, usually I'd ask my mom to hide the mirrors.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I hated looking in the mirror, and there's some days I still do. I mean, but now it's kind of like to the point where you catch yourself in the mirror, you know, that,
you're like, I'm looking handsome. Yeah.
I got 4-pack now.
Yeah.
I'm not 2, I got 4.
Yeah.
What up?
That's awesome. You know, I just was seeing something on on one of the documentaries I've watched, and they were saying that exercise is the most potent form of antidepressant. And since you've had prescriptions and you've done a lot of exercise, do you find that that's true, that going to the gym really does boost your mood?
I mean, like you said, I do take medication for that, and I still do. There's some that I'm on. If I don't have them, I go crazy. But honestly, yes, the gym is that other medication, because I've replaced 2 of my medications from the gym.
It's
like
awesome.
The serotonin levels, the melatonin levels, all those things in your mind that get peaked while you're working out. Best feeling in the world. I mean, Arnold said it best. I'm not going to say it because it's inappropriate.
Yeah.
But Arnold said it best, because that's ultimately the best feeling in the world.
Yeah.
Is that pump, that satisfaction, that soreness feeling. You're like, why do you like being sore? Because I kicked my ass in the gym, and I earned to be sore.
Yeah.
It doesn't hurt. It feels great.
Yeah.
It does hurt late day. I mean, trying to get out, but
Yeah. So if there's one, you know, kind of like one thing that you always want to emphasize with people, or like if there's somebody out there that might be listening that might be struggling with something, maybe not necessarily exactly what you were, but maybe so, that just is like in a deep dark place and just needs something, what's the one thing that you could tell them to do, or something that they can apply right now to get going in the right direction?
absolutely find whatever, I don't care what it is, whatever passion you have, whether it be music, art, just driving your car, anything, you find that passion and invest yourself 150%. Do not give up on that passion, because that's ultimately what's going to pick you up. I was lucky enough to find my passion being the gym before food. Food was my passion before. But now if you're at your low, you really need to, I know it sucks, and I'll admit it, and I'm right there with you guys. If you're at your low and people are telling you need to find that, you're like, nah, I don't want to do that. Just dig deep down inside for yourself. Do this for yourself, and just be like, I want to apply myself to music, art, whatever, lifting. Just find that fire inside you and just keep putting the kindling on it. Just slowly, just tender it. Like, just take care of it, because nothing's like that.
So we're gonna put your username information on the posts. Are you comfortable with people reaching out to you?
Of course.
Do you like that, or is that stressful?
It's all new to me. I mean, I've never had it. I mean, this whole getting out there, people actually noticing my story, like, this is all new to me. Like, because I'm not one to go out and be like, hey guys, I've lost 380 pounds. What's up? You gonna give me something?
Yeah.
That's me.
Or you gonna give me something?
Yeah, we have Ashley already for
Yeah.
that.
See,
Yeah.
I'm over here being like, hey, can I help out? Is there any, like, that's me. Like, ultimately, like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm doing this for me, and if something comes along for it, great. But ultimately, I'm doing it to get the voice and the message out there that anything's possible.
Yeah,
So,
do you have sponsors that are paying for that NPC show so far?
as of right now, no.
I mean, I'll offer right now, pay for that for sure. I mean, we'll
Consider
pay for
yourself a
your entry fee.
Riven athlete as of
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh,
I mean,
I'm gonna cry. That's so exciting.
Yeah, we'll pay for it,
That's
like, for sure.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, yeah,
What?
that's
That's so exciting.
yeah,
I love it.
I mean, we'd love to pay for that. I mean, that's just the least we could do for you.
I have no words, you guys. Like, it's just ridiculous. It's crazy to think that I deserve what I've been giving back. Like, it's all starting to come back to me. It's like, I don't deserve this, but I've earned it. And people say I do deserve it. And I don't think I'll ever be done trying to earn things, because I love helping people. And whether I get something in return, it doesn't matter to me. But, like, you guys, it's a blessing. Like, thank you so much. Like,
Yeah, man. I mean, we'd
That's
be
so
honored
stressful.
to do that. So, I mean, it's the least we can do.
it's an honor for
So,
me to wear your brand, to come into the office, do any boosts with you. Like, I will drop whatever I'm doing and be right there for you guys. Like, you guys are family, and you just took that to the next level, even more family. Like, you guys are awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it's what we try to have our brand be all about. You know,
You're not trying, you're doing, just like I had to do. You're doing, you're not trying. I ask my sisters, my friends all the time, like, you know who Riven is? Yeah. You know Adam? No. Well, you should get to know him. Have you ever heard of Riven? No. Go check him out. Like, this clothing company not only has kick-ass clothing and great labels and brands,
By the way, Mike does all those designs.
Shout out to Mike. Yes, sir.
Wow.
Christian did that one, yeah. But I mean, no, man. Most people don't know this, but Adam and I don't take a salary or get paid from Riven at this point, and we're more than happy to have any extra money or any money that we have go to athletes and people like you until we can get to a certain point where we want the brand to be as well. So
that's the same, you guys. That's why I've been attracted to you guys. That's why I gravitated toward you guys, because that's exactly how I want my life to be.
Well, I remember when the first time I even bought anything Riven, it was, I can't remember exactly when it was, but I bought a Riven shirt or something, and I posted a picture on Instagram. And then within a week, there was an NPC show a week later, and I went to it, and I had known Adam through Instagram, but I had never met him. And immediately, I walked in and there was a Riven booth, and immediately I walk up to it because I'm I like it. And Adam was hey, you're Ashley from Instagram, and I'm I've never met you, and it was immediately family, immediate he just knew who I was, and I had bought in 2 shirts from them total, and it was immediate family, immediate taking care of, and we've been friends ever since then.
It's funny you say that, because I met Mike first at FitCon. I bought the Hard Work Plays Off tank top, one of my favorite tank tops to do arms in, and met him, became an ambassador, really got to know what Riven was all about, and we exchanged information, and I've been following him on Instagram, and so is he. And the same story, same situation, NPC show, just helping out with 1%, just the meal prep company that I'm just working with at the booth. It's Hundo Beastmode. I was
I don't know anybody's real name.
I know, right?
Who knows my username and is calling me by that?
Yeah.
And he says it again, and
you feel like such a gangster. When
that's what we call you too. We're Hundo's coming in.
Yes.
And I'm
you have a cool username.
Yeah, mine's real name.
I mean, Zack's cool, but Hundo Beastmode's way cool, man.
Yeah.
How'd you come up with Hundo Beastmode?
Once again, I got to give my credit to Otis. I mean, the first 100 pounds I lost in the gym, physically, he's Hundo. I was
yeah. Oh, for real?
Really?
That's awesome.
What?
That's
I had no idea.
I thought it was 100% beast mode.
I have the sticker on my car. It says Hundo on it.
Yeah.
No,
really?
Hundo. I lost the first 100 pounds in the gym. He's your new nickname's Hundo.
That's awesome.
I love it.
It's Hundo or cool. Deuce now, because I'm 22.
Cool, man. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Well, hey, so to summarize, I would like to see if I can break down the fact that you're saying that what makes you the happiest is working hard towards your goal, but even more so, you get a lot of happiness by trying to help others and trying to help others overcome their struggles. Is that true?
Exactly. I mean, me and Ashley had a friend that I want to model my life after a lot, like her, because she was one of the most amazing people I've ever met in my life, the most amazing person I've ever met in my life. And I tried to model it when I met her. I tried to model my life, always take care of others, because in the end, once you take care of others, it's going to come back to you. I mean, our Heavenly Father isn't that type of way. It's you go do unto others and you get nothing. That's not how He works. That's not how life works, in my opinion. And yeah, I mean, I ultimately get my happiness from seeing other people smile. Or if I knew I made somebody smile today, I can go home and be I'm depressed or I'm sad, but I made someone happy today. Knock it off, Zach.
Mm-hmm.
You did what you set out today. Knock it off.
Awesome, man. It's good that you have that ability and that perspective. I think everybody can see why we were excited to have you on.
Yeah.
I was beyond stoked. I was can I leave work yet? I got here 20 minutes early. I'm can
Zach,
I leave work yet?
Seriously, dude. I mean,
late.
your happiness is contagious, and I do think that, like you say, you still struggle yourself, which is something that I think is even more impressive, because some people are naturally happy all the time, but I'm more impressed with someone like you who does have a battle, but you choose to be happy and you choose to be kind, and that's what helps you get through the day, is by making that conscious choice to be nice to others. And it really is something that's contagious. I've never been around you where I didn't have a smile on my face, just because you are happy, you're friendly, you're complimentary, and you're just upbeat. And to know what you've been through to get to that point is a real inspiration to me. And dude, I I love you to death, and I really appreciate all you do, buddy.
I appreciate you guys.
Yeah. Well, I think that was a good one.
That was awesome.
Good one.
Thanks so much for coming
Any
in.
final thoughts,
you.
Ashley?
Hey, brother. You're a stud.
thoughts?
Thank you.
Final thoughts?
Thanks, buddy.
Dude, I'm going to turn this off.
Good stuff, man.
Thank
That's
you,
great.
Zack.
Thanks,
Thanks for
Zach.
inviting me.
Shoved under the door.
Oh, jeez.
Oh my gosh.
Make sure my mom doesn't see that.